Welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise, and the Luxor Egyptian and European Film Festival is organized by the Noon Foundation for Culture and Arts with the contribution of the Egyptian Ministry of Culture as well as public and private organizations in Egypt and Europe. The second edition of the festival is going to be will take place on the 19th till the 25th of January the next year. The festival's main goal is to foster knowledge and promote dissemination in Egypt of high-quality cinematographic and audiovisual works directed by Egyptian and European filmmakers, and to develop Egyptian-European dialogue in the field of cinema. The Luxor Egyptian and European Film Festival seeks to encourage Egyptian and European directors through the prizes awarded and to attract new audience for cinema in Upper Egypt. To be speaking more about the festival, we're joined today with Sharif Awad, cinema critic. I'd like to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for joining us, sir. Now, this is the second edition of this festival this year. What are we expecting from this festival in light, of course, of the incidents that are taking place in Egypt?
Yes, the festival started last year, exactly last October. And the second edition was postponed from taking place this October until the first month of 2014. And this is, of course, because the actual events, you know, the political unrest. And also, this also implies that the sponsors, the delay of selecting films, you know, has also influenced the festival to push back a little bit the edition. You know, Luxor has a very good infrastructure in organizing a film festival. I mean, it has very beautiful hotels and also good halls for films to be screened. The only thing that lacks there is to have multiplexes like the ones we see in Cairo and Alexandria. Also, because the people there are frequent tourists and they have good communication skills with receiving tourists, so they are quite welcoming other type of films and culture. So the European Festival is a good place as a good place to be organized in Luxor. Mm-hmm. And this year the festival is trying to give tribute to the contemporary German cinema by having a special program, a retrospective of well-received German films in the last 15 years. They will screen some classics, contemporary classics like Run Lola Run and Goodbye Lenin, and films that received awards not only in Europe but only across the other continents. Mm-hmm. Also, the aim is to screen contemporary European films that we don't see usually in theaters all along the year. Most of the time we see American films and Egyptian films in our multiplexes. So it is a chance to discover European films that are rare to be screened here in Egypt, and so on. Yeah.
What are the top European countries that are movie makers that follows the United States, for example?
Of course, right now there is France, Spain, Italy, Belgium. A lot of European countries, in East Europe, like Belarus and the Czech Republic and Slovenia, Slovakia, they don't produce a big number of films, but usually they have very good directors. Some of these films we discovered in Alexandria Festival for the countries that see the Mediterranean. And of course, Russia has a very big industry right now, and some of the European countries does co-production with each other, especially after the initiation of the European Union. So we see sometimes French, Spanish actors in Italian production and so on. So, and this also goes for the distribution rights. Mm-hmm. So Yes, right now Europe is quite active, and they try to distribute their films in Asia, in North Africa, and sometimes in the States as well.
You know, although Egypt, sir, has so many significant sites where this festival could be held, and usually whenever there's an international event, we hear it taking place in Sharm el-Sheikh for its, you know, well-organized centers and so forth for the conferences. But this year it's in Luxor again. Tell us about the significance of the choice of the place.
Yes, of course, like I told you, it is a very beautiful place to be. You know, it's a destination for tourists, and it has good quality screening. People can go and watch films. The festival is like the other, it's for free, you know. And
but I mean, it has nothing to do with the security situation that is happening in Cairo, for instance, or in Red Sea because of cyanide. That's why I asked.
The aim right now is try to organize not only cinematic but cultural events in general outside of Cairo, Alexandria, because you know it's so centralized to have you know, the Cairo Festival, the Alexandria Festival, the art biennales. The events held in the Biblioteca in Alexandria. It's quite good to go outside of Cairo, you know, and Alexandria. And I knew and I met some people who had ideas about organizing a film festival in Sharm el-Sheikh, about in Hurghada as well, or in El Gouna. All of these places, you know, they can be the site of a good festival in the future. But I think it needs, you know, good organizers. I mean, some people speak and they don't have the know-how to do a film event, you know. And such stuff, you know, can only be organized by film professionals, you know, not only people who has only the will, not the way.
So if you can tell us a little bit about the criteria for choosing the participating films, which countries are actually participating with their films?
Well, I think most of the European countries we spoke about are participating. I think the festival has a very strong section for short films. And usually short films are directed and shot by newcomers, I mean by the new generation of filmmakers. So, and they are quite interesting to be watched. It's very difficult to see them, you know, on DVD or on satellite. So, and only, you know, festival that has short competition or specialized in short films are the location to discover these new talents. So, I think the festival this year has made a good selection from Belgium, from France, from Estonia, from also some of the North Europe, you know, like Finland. So we will discover some of the talents that we should look for in the future.
Sir, last year Ahmed Helmi was honored in the first edition of this festival. This year, who is expected to be honored in your opinion?
I think the leading Egyptian poet Abdul Rahman al-Abnoudi, you know, it was announced that he will be the honorary president for this edition. When we ran through the selection of the festival, the festival will screen some of the recent Egyptian films independently produced. Some films, like, you know, by the newcomers, the new generation of Egyptian filmmakers like Ahmed Allah, Ibrahim al-Battut, etc. So I think some of the actors who starred in these films will be very happy to come and introduce these films to the festival, the attendance, the Luxor people.
So being a cinema expert, there has been established today a number of satellite channels that is directed to specific governorates, that is directed to specific type of audience, and the same thing goes to cinema.